Now let's say it's true. They trying to say that Jay left the country, man. Do you think that's his best option at this point if he is in some trouble?
Jeffrey Epstein is a spy. He's a spy. He's an agent. That's the same thing Russell Simmons did.
Man, you think the NFL gonna quit fucking with Jay-Z, man?
Absolutely. Russell Simmons is a fucking demon, bro. He is a New York sissy. He was Birdman's henchman. That's why he was also his gay lover. Bill Gates is a freak bitch. But Bill Gates is a white version of a freak bitch. B2K. Marcus Houston was fucking all them. If Big Meech didn't know White Boy Rick, would he have embraced him like that? Nicki Minaj is a cokehead, dope fiend bitch. 50 is like a Jew. Yeah. Rick Ross don't give a fuck nothing about no Big Meech, bro. The Jews never forget. Ever. The whole problem with Gotti and Gucci stems from a bitch. Ray J can't that fast enough for me. Sparkle wanted to be famous. Sparkle only existed because of R. Kelly. Because he ain't serving no usable purpose to the culture. They poisoned Wendy Williams to shut her up. Which camera we in, right? Ray J, what you waiting on?
Yeah, man, microphone check 1 2 1 2. You already know what time it is, man. We back with a whole entire another one, dog. Yeah, we back. You are now tuned into the Mafy channel, man. We back once again with my dog, man. Dawgface, man. What's going on, my nigga?
I swear with you, brother. How you feel?
Feeling good, man. Always good when we get together and do these things.
Right, when two players meet.
Know
how it go.
Yeah, man, we had to do it again. First, we got to address the elephant in the room. Without saying the clown name that was responsible for getting us taken down, because we can't even say Buddy name no more. Tell the people what happened, man. They say they was enjoying the last interview, man, and it was just gone, dog.
It wasn't just gone. It got reported. You know how a hit dog will holler, bro. You know how it go. Without even mentioning the guy name, he had busted a move on his podcast, and since that time we've discovered so much more about his overall personality and character that we should. I'm not surprised at this point, based on because I knew who he was. I was aware of who he was. I just didn't know his history in total. I've had the opportunity to kind of like study. I've had the opportunity to talk to other comedians that he rose through the ranks with. I haven't heard one good thing about him. It's always been something negative. It's always been something disheartening. It's always been something where he has taken advantage of whatever position he's had and used it, to his own means. But he a sucker. You know what I'm saying? He reported it. We know it was him because at the point in time where you got the notification, it was exactly at 51 minutes and 2 seconds, and that's when the conversation switched to him. So it was what it was, and it is what it is, man. If I ever see him, we're gonna have a conversation about that because you can't be the kind of person who says whatever comes to your mind about whatever it is or whoever it is, and then get mad when somebody come down on you heavy like that. You can't do that.
Well, look, man,
we call that cyber snitching.
Right. We ain't gonna need to dampen up the mood with even we ain't gonna be talking about him for so long. We just want to explain to the viewers that what happened because the DMs was going crazy. Let's dive right into it, bro. So 3 million documents from the Jeffrey Epstein file, along with 2,000 videos and roughly 180,000 images, was recently released, man. A victim claimed she was drugged and abused and allegedly woke up in a room with Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. And then she said Pusha T was her handler, man. Why do you think Jay-Z was running with Harvey Weinstein back in those days, bro?
Well, there's no visual evidence there's no real evidence that he was running, because back in '96, Jay-Z was at the beginning of his career. So and Harvey Weinstein was running with millionaires and billionaires at that specific point in time. So when it comes down to that, we know that he grew a relationship with him later as he became more and more popular as a rapper. As it relates to why he's in and listen, you in the Epstein files because you was in Epstein's life. It's as simple as that. You played some role in his life, whether it was good or bad. And I'm not saying that everybody he came in contact with was involved with the same debauchery that he was involved with. Right. But just like we now know that the things that Puffy was doing, that Diddy was doing, it wasn't a secret to the people who were in the entertainment business. It wasn't a secret. What Epstein had going, it wasn't a secret to the people in the world of entertainment or in the world of politics. They knew what it was he had going on. And there were rumors that would have been loud enough 10, 15 years ago for a person like Jay-Z to have heard it. There's no way in the world Jay-Z being who he is and his wife being who she is, there's no way that they didn't hear. They didn't hear something about Epstein's escapades. There's no way. There's no way. Just imagine yourself being around Jay-Z 10 years ago. Even 10 years ago, he still was a billionaire, I think. He still was closely approaching to it. Man, them guys know what it is. They deal with who they deal with because that's what they want to deal with. That's
yeah,
what
but they
want
do
to
got
deal
this
with.
one clip of Harvey Weinstein coming down the red carpet with Jay-Z talking, and they brought up Trump, and Harvey intervened and spoke on Jay's behalf, like, yo, you know what? We ain't here to talk about that. So they seemed like they was like really boys, and he protected them from a Trump.
He was in that billionaire boys club, absolutely smart. To answer your question specifically and directly, there's no way that Jay-Z, being who he is and his wife being who she is, there's no way that they have the empires that they have and they're not cognizant and aware of who they're dealing with, right? There's no way that somebody didn't tell them, hey, that person you're dealing with has all these skeletons in their background and it may come out to hurt you. So you might want to be aware, be careful about how you deal with them, how much you deal with them, and they also deal with proximity. When you have stars that big, man, they don't allow people with reputations like Harvey Weinstein had even back then to get close to them.
What Pusha T come from? That was so random, right?
I don't know. You got people taking shots at this point. You got people taking shots. Pusha T in 1996. Pusha T in 96. Who was Pusha T? When did Clip's first album come out?
I don't know. That grinding shit came out after 96 for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, like
was it in 2000 or was it in the 90s?
Definitely 2000.
Was it?
Hell yeah.
Let's look at that right quick. Let's look at that. Let's look at that right quick. When did grinding come out?
No problem.
2002.
2002, bro.
2002. I said, listen. So when things go wrong for celebrities, when things go wrong for celebrities, like Diddy, they go all the way wrong. Coming out now saying they were abused in some way, shape, or form by Diddy, and in most situations, you have people kind of like avalanche chasers, man. Once it's like a domino effect. Once one domino fall, you have other people come out trying to take advantage of whatever the situation is, like with the Diddy thing, right? The public perception of Diddy is so bad to where we'll almost believe anything a person says about Diddy right now. So you do have people who are ambulance chasers and try to jump on the bandwagon, try to get their 15 minutes of fame or try to get some money out of the situation, especially people who were in close proximity to the people whose name is being drugged through the mud. So it is what it is. Do I believe Jay-Z at that particular point in time had some knowledge about what Weinstein was into? I don't know, but I know that their relationship lasted a decade after that.
Now let's say it's true. They trying to say that Jay left the country, man. Do you think that's his best option at this point if he is in some trouble? What Russell did?
That's the same thing Russell Simmons did. Where did he go? Bali? Where did he go?
Still in Bali.
He's still in Bali. He better stay in Bali too, right? Because Russell Simmons is a fucking demon, bro. He is a New York sissy, right? He's one of the original sissy makers and child porn subscribers.
He got all the way up out the way though.
Yeah,
man.
Listen, he looks guilty. He looks guilty. If he's not guilty, he looks guilty. And I don't think that he wants to suffer the same thing that Weinstein suffered. So yeah. If Jay did leave the country, that's probably the best thing for him. Because all the motherfuckers up top, first of all, he from New York.
Right.
So I don't have no faith in no New Yorker to be anything other than a sissy and a pedo. Simple as that.
Now look, let's say if the allegations are true. This is what everybody really want to know. Man, you think the NFL gonna quit fucking with Jay-Z, man?
Absolutely. The NFL, just based on the accusations that have been lodged so far, the NFL is
multi-billion, right?
I wanted to put a price on it, but the NFL is a conglomerate. There's no way the NFL is going to maintain any. They're going to distance themselves from Jay-Z. As simple as that.
They don't mind doing that, huh?
They don't mind doing it. Once you fuck up, your ass is grass. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of, but see, Jay-Z is he's a businessman. He's a consummate businessman. So I'm sure that he has clauses in whatever contract he has with them, and I'm sure they kind of like they don't want to move too fast as specifically relates to trying to kind of like distance themselves because they don't want to make it seem like they are acknowledging any truthfulness in the allegations by distancing themselves. And I think I think if they were to distance themselves from Jay-Z at this point, I think he would sue them. Because they're distancing themselves from him right now would mean that they are giving some credibility or some weight to the accusation. So it would be horrible for them and for him.
Hey man, what's your thoughts on 50 saying that he might drop a new doc on Jay, man? You know he petty as hell with that shit.
Hey, listen, so here's how it goes. It's all fair in love and war, bro. Once you get into a situation with somebody and once daggers start to get thrown around, right? Once the hammer comes down, it is what it is. It's all fair. I don't have a problem with 50 exposing or using information to his advantage to destroy his enemies. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. So if he does, I'm sure he is going to do it. I'm sure that the whole idea is already on his drawing board. I'm sure they already have it all on a whiteboard already wrote down about how they can make it work.
50 getting a kick out of this shit on the
He absolutely is, because listen, 50 is in a position to know a lot about a lot of different people. So therefore, all of the people that tried to hinder his career, try to stop his progress, he's not going to forget about it. 50 is like a Jew. He is like a Jew. Jews never forget, ever. Whenever you do something to them, whenever you run afoul of them, they never forget, ever. And you're either going to acquiesce to whatever it is they want you to do, like they did with the whole Snoop Dogg thing, or they're going to try to destroy you. It's as simple as that. So 50 is a black Jew, in the sense that once you fall out of favor with him, he's going to use every avenue at his disposal to try to destroy you or make fun of you, both.
Once you cross him, he gonna fuck you over.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that, because you know why? Because people do shit maliciously, bro. You have people who, like, for example, for me, I got motherfuckers who I don't even know at all who got the most to say about me. I got people who I haven't seen in 15, 20 years who have the most to say about me because they're mad, angry, upset, and jealous about the success I have and about the life I'm living. Right. So that just comes with the territory. So, like, you got people who don't like Dawgface who have something to say about me. If I find out something about their bitch ass, I'll put it under a microscope too.
So you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, check this out, man. Staying on the subject of the Epstein files, man. This crazy. I couldn't wait to ask you about this. Man, they say your boy Bill Gates went over there, man, caught an STD from a Russian woman and tried to hide it from his wife. You know what I'm saying? Bill said that Jeff sent the email to himself, and it's false. But what do you think happened with that?
Hey, listen. So there's a thing in law, right? In legalese called contemporaneous notes. So a contemporaneous note is something that is admissible in court because you made a note about whatever was happening at the time it was happening. It's not like Jeffrey Epstein sent an email to himself 4 or 5 years later when he fell out with. No, he sent the email in real time when it was actually happening. So even in the court of law, they look at stuff like that as if it's evidence, and evidence can be used. Bill Gates is a freak bitch. But Bill Gates is a white version of a freak bitch. All of them motherfuckers, politicians and corporate entities, all of them have. So listen, when it comes to that power and money influence, right? Mm-hmm. Once they have done everything that power and influence and money allows them to do, they start looking for other things. They're like adrenaline junkies. But in the world that they operate in, they have sex demons in them. And that's why you see, you very rarely do you hear motherfuckers who just mediocre falling off into that shit, right? Unless they're the victims of that shit. But, man, I mean, whenever you hear about a scandal, when it comes to a superstar or a person who's a major business owner, none of that shocks you at this point because we already know what comes along with that money and power. They start to look for the most diabolical shit they can do to control people and get off on. They some kink freaks.
Well, look, man, you know, they currently investigating Jeffrey Epstein's death. Do you think it was staged, or do you think he really just hung himself?
When you say staged, you mean, do I think that somebody killed him and they made it look like he hung himself? Like it was a suicide?
Nah, like...
Or you think he's still alive?
Like he's still alive, like he orchestrated the whole thing.
It's possible. I absolutely believe it's possible because when you look at the degree of sexual impropriety, when you look at the amount and the level of devilish shit that was going on, and then when you couple that with the people who were alleged to be a part of that shit, That shit reaches the highest. So listen, what they said was happening with Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, who are both presidents, who both have secrets to sell. Jeffrey Epstein, he definitely, most certainly, recorded the parties at his house, just like Diddy recorded the parties that he had.
It's kind of similar stories, right?
It's the same level of freak ass shit. It's the same level of demon time ass shit. They're all fucking devils. So the whole thing is, if you think that Jeffrey Epstein didn't record that shit, you crazy as a motherfucker. He did record it, and then when you take in consideration that he was active with the Mossad, he had an active relationship with the Chinese, he had an active relationship with the Russians. Jeffrey Epstein is a agent. He's a foreign provocateur. Jeffrey Epstein was used by the Russian government. He was used by the Israeli government specifically and especially to chronicle behavior, the highest levels of entertainment and politics, to use that as leverage. Jeffrey Epstein is a spy. He is a spy. He's an agent. It's as simple as that.
Wow.
Jeffrey Epstein is a spy. He worked for the Russian government. He worked for the Israeli government. They used him to collect information on political figures and stars who couldn't control their sexual appetite. Then they used that information to blackmail and blackball people.
So he's purposely recording these people for that, just to
absolutely to
throw it in the vault.
Not to throw it in the vault, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have live feeds tapped into his camera system, right? Just in case something went wrong with the internal recordings at the house.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were live feeds beaming what was going on in these parties to the Israeli government, the intelligence service, the Mossad, to China and to Russia, to whoever was willing to pay him for that information, and then use that information to blackmail our elected leadership.
I mean, I know we brought up 50 Cent early, man, but 50 recently shared your post about Big Meech and a party he recently was at, man. Mm-hmm. Can you give me some feedback? I mean, some backstory on what was that party all about, man?
It was 50's I'm Off Tether party. No, he came home last year, so it wasn't a coming home party.
Big Meech's party.
It was Big Meech's Off Tether party, because when he came home, he was released from the feds. He still had an ankle monitor on, so that party marked him being released off ankle monitor, so he could move around more freely than he could before, without an ankle monitor on. So he moving around. So that party was a celebration of that.
Okay.
It was a horrible affair.
What made it horrible, man? I saw a lot of people talking about it.
I mean, so listen, the party within and of itself, right? It was horrible. I mean, really, you don't really have anybody. The horrible nature of the party came from the strippers. I mean, he decided to throw his I'm Off Tether party in a strip club. When you throw a party in a strip club and the strippers don't get paid, or they don't make as much money as they think they should have made, they have a problem. So the world of strip clubs is not like the world that he left behind. So you had strippers traveling from all across the country, from LA to Chicago to Houston, Memphis, Detroit, New York, who traveled down to that club, his club. He owns the club, Club 24 in Miami.
That's Meech's club?
Yeah, he owns that club, right? So when people say, well, why do you think he held it at that club? Because that's his club. So why would I take some money and take it somewhere else? I'm going to hold it in my club and I get all the money. The issue is that Club 24 has house dancers. They have 15, 20 females who dance in that club on a regular basis, right? And then he put the call out to have strippers from all across the country come down there. And so based on all the reports that I have, there were close to 100 females down there. And the club normally accommodates no more than 20 females.
Oh.
So you add another 70 females to that equation, and you have 100 females down there all competing for money. All competing for attention, like you said. Every report that I got from the strippers who were not from Miami, the strippers from Miami were happy. They said they made their money. They said that their tip out is what you pay to dance at a particular bar.
Right.
Their tip out was $150. All the out of town females said their tip out was $500. So he charged the out of town females $500 to dance at that party, and most of them, in terms of the money that was thrown. Every report that I have says that what the club gave them, after they split everything up, the girls walked away with $600 a piece. So that was 70 girls who walked away with $600 a piece. And mind you, you got females flying in from LA, from Houston, from Chicago, from Detroit. The airplane ticket, $300-$400. Your hotel room, $300-$400.
Is that Big Meech fault, or was that the niggas there just not throwing no money?
It's a combination of both. And I'm gonna tell you why. On the back end, it's his fault because once it came, listen, you know what your party doing right there in real time because you're there, right? He knows strip club life because he helped change the whole culture when it comes to strip clubs. He the one who made it. Big Meech and BMF, they're the ones who turned tricking on a bitch into something that was considered a good thing to do. Kind of like the drug culture, right? When I was coming up, it wasn't cool to be a drug addict. It wasn't cool to snort cocaine and pop pills. But now we're living in a drug-induced environment where you have young black men and women who all they want to do is get high. They rather get high than if you get something to eat. So when it comes down to whose fault it is. So listen. So the girls who traveled from out of state to come down there and strip, they came down there. It wasn't just because there's some misinformation being put out there. And I want to clear it up right here, right? So it's being said specifically, and especially by the Miami dancers, that the girls should have been more aware of what they thought could possibly happen when they traveled out of state to go to a party. First of all, the party was on a Tuesday. How many parties, I don't care where you go, what city you in, how many strip club parties go up on a Tuesday? Not many. Not ever. You don't have large-scale parties like the one that was being thrown that day. You don't have those kind of parties, those kind of people on a Tuesday.
Everybody at work.
Everybody at work, right? So that's one thing. Number two, so it wasn't just the girls. The girls was responding to the call to come down there because they were looking at the legacy of Big Meech, right? And most of those girls were, if they were born, they were 3, 4, 5 years old tops. So they grew up hearing about how heavy Meech was, and the whole Make It Rain thing. He didn't create it, but he took the whole Make It Rain thing to a whole different level. He is the one who his behavior inside our culture, specifically inside of strip clubs, it changed the whole dynamic of not just how strippers think, but how black women think overall. Because the stripper and mentality in Atlanta, right? That shit came out of the club and it seeped into the day-to-day life of regular females. So now it wasn't just strippers expecting to get something for nothing or to get something for their bodies or for sashaying around. Now you got regular females who believe that a nigga supposed to pay them solely because they exist. That's Big Meech's fault. So when you look at the criticism that he's facing, do I feel sorry for him? No, I don't feel sorry for you because that criticism is like, the criticism comes from an atmosphere that you created, and then the way the party was shaped and advertised, it was advertised like it was a reoccurrent, like he was finna relive his glory days from Atlanta and area else we went down there. So he invited them to come down there. So my thing is this: is it his fault? I want to say no, because he can't control what people come in there and buy. He can't control motherfuckers coming in there and buying or spending, or he can't control that. But if you put a call out to have those girls come down there and dance at the club, once the night was over with, once all the doors shut, once all the patrons left, do you think that the women wasn't complaining? Do you think that the barmaids and the management of that club wasn't hearing complaints from the females who traveled from as far as L.A., Chicago, Detroit, New York, Atlanta? You don't think them bitches in there complaining? Loud enough for somebody to have told him, hey, listen, we got 55 females saying they ain't making enough money to even justify coming down here, and they finna leave and go back home in the red. They spent more money trying to make this trip happen than they made down here. So listen, once you make strippers dissatisfied, that's the end of your motherfucking career, because we know that, specifically in the world of music, right? We know that Atlanta is the one who connected the strip clubs with hip-hop. Because, like the old saying goes, if your song will go in the strip club in Atlanta, it's going to eventually make its way to the radio.
Right, yeah.
That was because that You had the DJs who worked the strip club also were radio personalities and radio DJs too. So if the song was banging in the clubs, it automatically walked or found its way onto the radio.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not how it is in other cities, right? But that whole thing changed the whole culture of music. So when you listen, you know that as a rapper, when you go, if you have a party, any kind of party, inside a strip club, if you not feeding them hungry bitches, you know them hoes gonna turn against you and they're gonna try to destroy your career by putting out all kinds of rumors about how fucked up you are, what a bad businessman you are, and how you ain't really lit because there's no money coming here for you.
Bunch of broke-ass
niggas. You know, listen, bro, you can't even if you're not a rapper, if you go in the strip club, we can leave right here, right now, and go to Magic right now. We can go to wherever right now, right? If we walk up in that motherfucker, and once they have come to the understanding that we ain't finna spend no money,
we just looking,
man, females look at niggas who ain't throwing money like they some creeps and perverts inside strip club. Like, what is you, Pee Wee Herman ass nigga? What you in here for? And I'm not mad at them because listen, so I'm not a big fan of strip clubs, but I know when I do go to a strip club, right, I'm gonna get me a couple of $100 ones. Because I'm not going to be sitting up in that motherfucker looking stupid. You hear me? Even though it's not my thing, you know, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do, bro. If you're gonna operate inside the strip club, you're gonna throw a party in the strip club, you have to bear witness to the rules. And Big Meech helped create those rules. So he shouldn't be surprised that the females are complaining because they assumed something. Is it their fault for assuming something was gonna be bigger than it was? Yeah. Should they have planned it better? Should they have given them more thought before they actually traveled down there? Yeah, but most of those girls under 30 years old, they never met Big Meech. They just operating off of what they heard, how it used to be. And they were hoping that it would be that night. And they also knew, because I interviewed 7, 8 of them, they also knew that this had to be a grand affair because of all the turmoil he's been getting from the 50 Cent situation, the Rick Ross situation, from all the Tammy Collins and the Cuffy shit, for all the missteps and mistakes that his son made, getting arrested, talking about go back there and search your car again. Everybody knew this is your opportunity in one night to signal to the whole world that Big Meech is back. So he should have made sure those girls were compensated. He should have made sure they were compensated.
Now let me ask you this. Why do you think White Boy Rick was there?
Because him and White Boy Rick are friends. They talk. They have a relationship. And you can tell they have a relationship because, so if Big Meech didn't know White Boy Rick, would he have embraced him like that? When he seen him, he started smiling. How often do we see Big Meech smile since he been home? He don't smile much. He may grin, but it was a genuine, go back, I want you to put that clip in here. Look at the smile. Look at the cheese grin. That's a cheese grin. That wasn't no smile. I take that back.
What does that say to you though? That they just been friends for a while? Or like,
They've been friends for years. No, they both just came off the Fed joint after doing. Rick did 30 years, he did 20. So they have been in contact. That's what it says. Despite the fact that this motherfucker's a diabolical rat of the highest level, undisputed rat, right? So now it doesn't seem so far-fetched that Tammy Collins would have told him what she was doing when the DEA told her they wanted her to keep on working for them, but this time to refocus her energy to take down drug cartels. And she said, this is an absolute fact, I don't want any money for doing it. I just want a time cut for Demetrius Flannery. So now it doesn't seem so far-fetched. The worst thing that could ever happen to him was for him to be seen smiling, hugging, and embracing White Boy Rick. It don't get no work. That is a public, listen, if he had a manager or a PR person.
If you was his PR, what would you have said if you saw that?
If I would have saw White Boy Rick or the aftermath of it?
The aftermath, like you at the crib, you ain't know he was, you know what I'm saying?
I would have said, God damn. I would have called him like, what the fuck were you doing? You know it's lights, camera, action. You know, you invited all the girls to the management of the club when he pulled up in that raggedy ass truck. When he pulled up in that raggedy ass 1996 truck, right? Then the funny part about it, the nigga who's, we tried to sneak in. We in my truck. No, nigga, that's the best you got, nigga. That was the best you got, nigga. Don't tell me like that was your sad truck. Nigga, you knew it was lights, camera, action that night. So why would you pull up in that raggedy motherfucking truck?
Everyday drive.
That's your everyday driver, nigga. Stop playing with us, nigga. It wasn't even clean. The tires were dirty. You ain't even have no sense to. How you trying to sneak up and you pull up in front of the club? And then when he was pulling up, see, listen, I talked to the coordinator of the event. When he was pulling up, they knew he was pulling up, and they told the dancers to go outside with the signs and all the shit.
Right.
And Big Meech to put on the show for the cameras. So they knew he was pulling up. He knew that they were going to be outside waiting on him as he pulled up, and that was going to be a photogenic moment. He knew that. So for you to pull up in that big ass jalopy ass raggedy ass truck, and then the nigga whose truck it was, that nigga said, "Oh yeah, man, we tried to sneak in." So why didn't you go to the back then? Who in the fuck comes to your front door like that, and you a star, or you got that level of magnetism about yourself? Who pulls up in the front of a? I ain't even a star, and I ain't pulling up in front of nothing. Especially if I know the people in the club. I ain't walking through no front door getting shook down by nobody, bro. You ain't touching me, period. Simple as that. So that was all a bunch of bullshit. But if I was his PR person and I would have seen that, if I woke up the next morning, first of all, his PR person got the call. If he has one, he would have got the call that night. Because my people were watching it. I'm the first person to put the footage up. Did you know that? It was me. Because I was watching all the BMF members. I had my staff watching. They had blocked me. Bro, wow. Then every BMF member had blocked me on Instagram. I found that to be strange, right? So I wasn't looking for the people who I know from Detroit, who I knew were down there. I was looking for their pages and I couldn't find them. So I had my staff going to their pages, right? And they got you blocked. They had me blocked. All right. So one of the BMF members, one of the younger members, he put that footage up not understanding. He wanted just to capture the whole Big Meech pulling up. So he put that footage up, not understanding. You want me to say the nigga name? Yeah. BK Baby Truth. Baby Truth put the footage up not knowing. I talked to him. I'm going to show you. Listen. Hold on. I talked to him. You think I'm bullshitting? Right here. Right here, you see, I see that. Boy, you blocked me, right? Nigga, you know what to say. Nigga, you know I'm happy on your ass, boy, right? And what do you say? Thanks, OG. I appreciate for the guidance. I appreciate for the game. You hear me? Because he knew it, right? He put the video up. My people snatched that video down as soon as he put it up. Because his page, because he a picture taking, video making motherfucker. So I knew if anybody was going to make a video of anything going on at that party, it was going to be him. So I had my people watching him and 2 or 3 other people. And sure as shit, he put the video up. And then once the responses started coming in, because he's active on Instagram. Right. So once the responses started to go up, like, bro, ain't that motherfucker white boy Rick? He said, oh shit. Because he understood immediately what that meant. Damn. He took it down. But it was too fucking, he had it up for less than 2 minutes. My people got it. I put it up.
Let me ask you this, man. At what age should people stop going to the club anyway? What's your thoughts on that?
What age should people stop going to strip clubs?
No, not strip clubs, just regular clubs. You know, people standing around drinking, DJ type vibes.
Well, you have different levels. You have clubs that cater to, different age groups. You have some clubs that cater to. We ain't even talking about the under 21 to 18 and younger, right. But when it comes to adult partying, man,
yeah,
I don't even know, man. Black people love to party. They love to engage. They love to be social. Black people are social butterflies for the most part. Even the most gangster motherfuckers, whenever you've heard a situation where a gangster rapper got killed, where was he at?
Club.
Julio Fulio, where was he at? Coming back from a club.
Club, man.
Right? Black people love to engage. And no matter what kind of life they're living, whether they're a straight-laced L7 motherfucker or whether they are the most street nigga in the world, they love to be seen. Because it's a way for us to show ourselves like peacocks. We love to be seen. We love to show people that we have it and we got it and we them niggas. And the chicks love to show other bitches that, hey, we them bitches type shit, right? So I think when your lifestyle, I don't even know, bro. There is no age limit to going out and having a good time. Because I can remember being young and my mother and father used to go out in their 50s and shit, but they went out to age-appropriate venues. So there is no age limit to tell you the truth about going out and having fun. But in the world we live in now, I would say, as you become successful, and your success is obvious to the naked eye, I think you need to be more careful about how you move around and the kind of places you go.
That's true. Well, look, one time you had said Meech don't need to catch up; he needs to catch on.
That was OG Freeze. That's a statement from OG Freeze.
What you mean by that? Because you applied it to Meech.
I mean, so what? So shout out to my man OG Freeze, from my man Freeze. What Freeze said is that motherfuckers' biggest problems when they come out of prison is that they're trying to catch up with all of the lost time. So when you come out of prison, like when you're in prison, you're like frozen in time, like a fucking Neanderthal. You frozen in the ice, right? You hear things and you see things, but you can't move. You can't make it to happen for real, for the most part. You do have people in prison who still can make motion, right. But for the most part, 99% of people in prison, they're frozen in time. So when they come home, they try to make up for lost time. And when you try to make up for lost time, you put yourself in positions and predicaments that you can't control because you've been gone a long time and you don't know what's going on no more. I don't give a fuck what you think you know, right? You may see him over there with a car, a condo, money, jewelry, whatever the case may be, but you don't know how he got it. So you'll find yourself walking into a fucking indictment. You know how many guys I know who did time and came home and walked right into an indictment because they didn't sit back and peep game before they did it? All they saw was that these guys was getting money. Well, they had access to something they needed to get money, and they ran right the fuck with it. So what Big Meech needs to do is to not try to catch up to these niggas. Try to catch on to what's going on. Sit back, analyze, right? Scope the scene like they tell you in CPR.
Yeah.
In CPR, they tell you, this is what they tell you in CPR. First rule, right? Before you run up on an accident, you need to survey the scene first to make sure that there's no present danger that's going to harm you. Because if you get harmed, right, that person is already suffering what that person is suffering in an accident or whatever. You don't want to run up on the motherfucker trying to save him and lose your life trying to save a motherfucker who already downed. So Big Meech, he's going to find himself in situations where he's going to be dealing with people who he shouldn't be dealing with because he's not surveying the scene right? He's not doing background checks on the motherfuckers. So he's still fucking with the niggas that he fucked with before he went to prison. That's where he's going to fall at. Like the host. He had a little bankhead hosting. What the fuck is little bankhead doing hosting the party when this is supposed to be his grand finale, his motherfucking comeback party? The concert got canceled last year. So he couldn't get off with that.
Yeah.
So after the concert, this is his first opportunity to show the whole world what the whole world wants to see and what he wants to show them. Because if he wasn't trying to show nobody nothing, he wouldn't have had a party. Who celebrates getting off tether like that? So getting off tether triggers a party, and not just a party with the women, the dancers in your city, but you put the call out to have dancers imported from across the country to celebrate you getting off tether.
Look, after raising all that hell, why do you think Rick Ross didn't show up to Meech's party in Miami?
We ain't seen with Rick Ross at all, have we?
No.
No pictures, no videos, or nothing.
Yeah.
Rick Ross don't give a fuck nothing about no Big Meech, bro. Rick Ross knew that Big Meech had a working relationship with 50 Cent. Because don't forget, when he came home, the series was already going. It was in full bloom. Right? He knew that. He saw 50 with Meech. He saw the pictures go up on Instagram. I think Rick Ross played chess with the whole situation. And I think he stuck his hand because of the closeness of proximity, because he is from Miami. So he doesn't live in Miami. He's from Miami. So I think that he used that opportunity to show Big Meech that I can pull the people that you think on your side away from you and pull them over towards me. Simple as that. And that shit triggered a chain of events that shocked the entire world.
One time you made some pretty bold claims about the validity of Birdman and Gangster.
They
Wendy
sisters.
Williams.
They sisters.
Why?
They're not brothers. They're not. Birdman. They share the same last name, Williams, but they're not blood related at all. Period. They don't have the same mama. Miss Gladys ain't Gangster mama, and they don't have the same daddy. That's a fact. And I got some money to prove that they ain't mother. I got some money for any motherfucker to prove to me that they have either the same mother or the same father, which would make them blood relationship. blood kin. They ain't kin.
Why would they run the brother store?
Because of their relationship prior to Cash Money becoming the behemoth that he became. And Gangster was the boogeyman in New Orleans. There are no reports. Now the Gangster Williams, the gangster, the original hot boy that we know now, that's not the hot boy 30 years ago. The hot boy 30 years ago was knocking niggas' heads off. He was one of the most feared people in New Orleans at that particular point in time. So he was Birdman's henchman. That's why, and he was also his gay lover. They were butt buddies. They were digging in the chocolate. No, in New Orleans, them boys got some cold sissy shit going on down there. Cold sissy shit. In New Orleans, see, it ain't like Atlanta. Atlanta like the feminine, transgender type. In New Orleans, they want the big buck ass niggas. That's some savage. That's some real sissy. That's real. They don't want no. See, they want a man like a man. They don't want no man like no bitch. Them niggas is cold sissies. You hear me?
Back when Baby and Wayne used to do that little kiss on the lips thing, did you think that was some mob shit back then, or did you think it was immediately some gay shit?
No, and no. Fuck are you talking about? Yeah, bro. Listen, Italians don't kiss each other in the mouth. How many gangster movies have you saw we grew up watching? What was it? Ask me that question again.
When you first saw it, though, did you think it was some mob shit, or did you just immediately think it was some gay shit?
So kiss. Now, I'm a movie watching ass motherfucker, and I'm relatively well read, right? I'm a history buff, right? When have you ever show me one gangster movie where mob members kiss each other on the lips? That is faggery and sissery at the highest level. It don't get no more sissery than that. Nigga, I like you a lot. You my nigga. But the thought of me walking up to you and kissing you is a greed, well, I would shoot you your motherfucking shit. We ain't that cool. We ain't never gonna be that cool. But nigga, I don't even kiss my. I have daughters that I don't kiss in the mouth. I have children that I don't. I have sons. I don't kiss my son in the mouth. The thought of kissing him in the mouth don't even. Well, you don't get the love that we got for each other. Yeah, I bet we don't. I bet we don't, sissy fat ass, punk ass nigga. I bet we don't. That right there was an indication of some sissy shit going on. When I seen that shit, I said, oh, that's some sissy shit. Right. I knew right there and then that Birdman, he on that tip. And we know, they don't call him Sugar Slim for nothing. Have you noticed? We ain't never seen Sugar Slim with no bitch. Never. And then you look at the look on Slim's face. He ain't got no mustache, no facial hair, nothing. You get no mustache, nothing, nigga. You ain't.
Baby don't either. That's like they think.
Because they bad bitches. Bad bitches shave. No, black women be having facial hair. They shave it with the razor now. So they don't have no hair because they bad bitches. Them niggas bad bitches, bro. They bad bitches. They some cold hoes.
Yeah, that's crazy about the whole brother thing with Gangster and Birdman. I wonder why that hasn't came out like early in the game, where they just kind of.
Well, I mean, New Orleans know it though. New Orleans know it, and they don't forget who Baby is. Baby is still an executive of great importance. And then so and you got people down there. The people who know what's really going on, they don't have a bunch of money to fight against what the potential backlash of revealing that shit gonna come with. Because don't forget, Birdman still laying like that. He still connected. He still got bread. So it's as simple as that.
That's true.
It's the same reason why we didn't hear about Puffy. Wendy Williams been telling us that Puffy was a cold sissy for 20 years. Wendy Williams was telling us that there were some cold punks up there in New York forever. And they dismissed her. Oh, she's crazy. She's nuts. Right? When she said that, she got kicked off the radio and had to go to TV. You hear me? They know, listen, nobody knows the people in New Orleans like New Orleans people. They know that Birdman a cold sissy. They know that Slim is a cold sissy. They know all this shit. They just keep it under wraps. Like New York niggas want to talk all this shit. But they don't want to talk about that homo thug shit. Why would a region even create the term homo thug? What does that mean? What's going on in that environment where you would even think just to coin the phrase Homo Thug and start putting it in songs. That ain't no shit you just... Listen, I'm from Detroit. Never in my mind am I thinking, we say rat, hoe ass nigga, Homo Thug, and then they catch on, and all the rappers start saying it in all these songs. What's going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? There's some shit going on in there.
Man, you know, every time I have you on, we end up talking about Memphis in some type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with Memphis.
Yeah,
the
man,
long way.
I know you do, man. Hernandez Govan recently reported that prior to Dolph's murder, Yo Gotti's Rolls Royce truck was hit up 60 times on a visit to Memphis.
I've been through that.
Does this add a slight twist to the Young Dolph case, bro?
No, they had an issue with each other. There was a problem. That problem was escalated and exacerbated by Dolph's relationship with Gucci, who was basically sworn enemies with Gotti because of the whole, it's always a bitch. The Bible, listen, Solomon, listen, bro, Helen of Troy, Adam and Eve, Sodom and Gomorrah, Samson and Delilah. It's always a bitch somewhere in the equation that is the reason why niggas are at war with each other, right? It's always a bitch. Think about this. The whole problem with Gotti and Gucci stems from a bitch. So you had two men who were operating on the highest level of the music business, hip-hop that is, who had odds with each other, all because of a bitch. See, that's what niggas ain't getting. Oh, man, Gotti fucked Gucci hoe. Listen, bro. Gotti didn't rape Gucci hoe. Gotti did not rape Gucci hoe. Gotti fucked a bitch who wanted to get that pussy up freely and voluntarily. Simple as that. She was a pass around. Yo, Keisha Creole was not Gucci Mane's first nothing. She wasn't his first nothing. So when you think about all that shit between Gotti and Gucci, they all stem from a woman. Simple as that. And I ain't gonna even keep on calling the sister a bitch because she ain't do shit but what other hoes do. Look for a lick. Look for a motherfucker to take advantage of to help herself out when it comes to the long range plan. But it all stems from that. So when it comes to what Hernandez Govan revealed about Gotti, that was known. My niggas in Memphis been told me that. You know what I'm saying? They've been.
Why you think it was just revealed now though? Like it was Memphis business, but why you think it's just now out to the public?
Because anything that you say about that situation, you're going to be called a rat because you're revealing elements of criminal activity. The reason why what Govan Hernandez, what's his name?
Hernandez Govan.
Whatever the nigga name is. The reason why he not looked at, so people start saying, oh, that's a rat, it's a rat. Think of how, it's my discovery. They charged me with lining up the assassination of, so how in the fuck is it, if it's in my discovery, it's open to the public, it's in the public domain. So if I'm telling y'all what it is, these were the things that they were trying to say that I knew about and was aware of, which is what, and one of the factors that why I helped trying to set up a motherfucker getting killed. So it's a matter of public information. That's how stupid motherfuckers is. That's not ratting. When you're discussing details of your case, right? And the case has been resolved, you got found not guilty. You can discuss any part of that case that you want to because it's your case. That was all part of your case. So why it wasn't revealed? Because listen, what's happening here is that so the world of YouTube is colliding and clashing with the world of traditional journalism. When you look at a reporter from Fox or NBC or CBS or ABC, right? When you see a reporter reporting live from the scene about whatever calamity or whatever crime just happened, whatever just happened, we don't call reporters rats, do we?
No, we don't.
We don't.
When you look at it like that.
But when a YouTuber talks about what happened in any particular situation, they start calling the podcasters, the bloggers, they start calling them rats. Why? All we're doing is reporting on what's going on. But here's why they do it. It's because people are assuming, so because one, the YouTubers and podcasters and bloggers, they are non-traditional journalists. You didn't go to school for it.
Right.
So therefore, you're not a real journalist.
Like Dan Rather.
Right, you ain't no Dan Rather ass nigga. You ain't no Howard Cosell ass nigga, right? So you look at it like you a street nigga and you talked about street shit that you know can get a nigga booked. Like the whole Pooh Shiesty thing, right? So the whole thing is, I want to do away with this shit right now. As a YouTuber, as a podcaster, do we have a responsibility I'm going to get back to your question, but do we have a responsibility to watch what we say and guard what we say above and beyond what a traditional reporter would do? Because a traditional reporter going to report what the fuck they heard. They ain't going to put no pause on the shit because that shit might get somebody booked. They going to report what the fuck it is, what they heard, what their sources told them. So as a YouTuber, as a podcaster, you can't do that because you ratting. Because you supposed to be a street motherfucker who knows better. Most of the podcasters, most of the YouTubers, most of the ones who are the biggest in the game, they not from the streets. They civilians. They L7s. So they're reporting on something in the same way, in the same manner that a regular news reporter reports on.
And this is their job. They're making
and that's their job. They make money off of it, right? So here's the whole thing. And they get awards for it and everything else. So listen, once something becomes listen, how do we know that anything happened between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane? See, rappers are called, oh, you a rat. Wait a minute, hold on, nigga. You niggas, ain't you the same niggas that rap about who y'all killed and who y'all drilled? Ain't y'all the same niggas that do diss songs and put y'all smoking y'all ops and smoking them and bragging about the kills y'all went on? So y'all can brag about it, but as a YouTuber or a podcaster, we can't talk about it.
Right, report on it, yeah.
You can't report on it. So you mean tell me who knew outside of Gucci Mane and his inner circle, the 3 people who were with him, and Pooh Shiesty and his inner circle, who knew that anything happened between violent or aggressive? Who knew anything happened besides their 2 camps? Gucci Mane is not in the public setting. He in the studio with dog. Ain't no million niggas up in there. That's Gucci, bro. Come on.
Right.
Wasn't no 4,000. It wasn't no bunch of hoes in there to go back and gossip. Girl, guess what? No. Somebody in one of those camps leaked that information out here because they wanted it to be leaked. Once that shit get leaked in the public domain, it's fair game, nigga. We can talk about it. Stop trying to chastise a motherfucker and trying to control the motherfucker. If you talk about that shit, you a rat. Or you snitching. Wait a minute. 21 Savage said on Twitter, on X, hey, Gunna, hey, Thug, y'all need to squash that shit. Because guess what? We been knew Gunna was a rat when he ratted the first time. And we swept it under the rug. So you mean to tell me you knew a nigga was a rat before you ever did a song with him, and you did a song with him, multiple songs with him, and you forgave his indiscretion to the streets, all for money? That means you can be bought off. That means, listen, if you sell your integrity for fame and fortune, what else won't you sell it for? So the whole thing is, when it comes to that situation, bro, the niggas put that shit in the public domain. They leaked it. They talking too much, right? And so once it comes out, motherfuckers can talk about it. It's as simple as that.
Well, my last question about that particular situation is, with his brother, Big Jook, aware of that happening, that situation happening?
Of course. Yes, I'm aware of it.
Was he too comfortable going back to Memphis in that climate?
Who?
Jook.
Jook live in Memphis. Jook was a hood nigga. Jook wasn't no square L7. He was a street nigga. So he felt comfortable in Memphis. Don't forget, CMG, it was a squad down there. They was trading jabs back and forth. Paper route, CMG. It was public information. So when somebody talks about what happened between the two groups, or any element of the 2 groups, that shit is public information. They talking about it. They rapping about it. When at the CIAA in North Carolina, right?
When Dolph got the truck.
Yeah, he was in a bulletproof truck, and they shot that motherfucker up 100 times, right? He came back and made a song about it.
A bumming ass song.
He wanted one of his best songs. He wanted motherfuckers to know it happened, because to him, I survived that attempt, that assassination attempt. So listen, so when you're making a song about somebody trying to kill you, the feds already believe that it came from CMG. So when you make a song about it, you are acknowledging that it happened. So what was Dolph doing when he made the song? When Gotti put it in the song, yeah, my shit got hit 60 times. He put it in a song. You're acknowledging it for the whole world to know and to experience it. Yeah. So how can y'all get mad at a motherfucker for reporting on it and talking about it? You know it's gonna happen.
Look, switching gears here, Lashona Landfair, the 14-year-old girl that was in the infamous R. Kelly video, recently did an interview on CBS the other day, man, about her new book. Why do you think she's doing a book now when she could have just prevented all of this in the beginning, back when it first happened?
Because we live in a climate now where it is newsworthy, and if it's newsworthy, it'll sell. So I think she's doing it now for money and for attention. Man, you got motherfuckers connected to tragedies, and you would think that the motherfucker wouldn't even talk about some of this shit. But these motherfuckers are grabbing whatever they traumatic. Lil Rod, for example. Let's use Lil Rod as a prime example. Lil Rod, nobody knew that Diddy fucked you. Did you know?
Hell no.
We didn't even know who Lil Rod was. We only now know who Lil Rod is because he's saying Diddy went up in his ass.
He famous for that.
Right? Listen. He got mama. I don't know if he got kids, but that shit will live forever. So you didn't stop it when it was happening. You telling stories about you woke up your ass or so.
Crazy.
What did you do about it? Who'd you tell? Did you call the police? Did you call the police? Who'd you call? If he doing it to you, you know he doing it to somebody else. And that's what I'm saying about the New York niggas. The New York niggas all know about all that faggery and sistery going on up there. They don't care.
Well, with old girl, her auntie was Sparkle. Remember Sparkle?
Yes.
Sparkle said, she said Sparkle made her sit on R. Kelly's lap and rub his head and ask him to be her godfather. Yeah. What does that say about Sparkle, though?
Sparkle wanted to be famous. Sparkle only existed because of R. Kelly. R. Kelly wrote everything that she ever put out. He was her lifeline to stardom. Motherfuckers will sell. It's like fame is like a drug, and just like a drug addict, a heroin addict, or a crackhead will sell their kids to get high. So will the mom managers, and so will the people who the child managers. They will sell their kids. They will sell other people's kids to stars for access and for money and for fame and for riches. Most of those stars on that level is some sexual motherfucking perverts and deviants. They got oral fixations. They got suppressed memories of oral fixations. They gay, they fags, they sissies. I'm telling you now. They sissies. And so people feed sissies. They feed them. So I'm going to tell you something, man. Homosexuality, right? So every time we talk about homosexuality, there's a part B to that. The part B is child molesters. Now, so the question is asked, are homosexuals are they child molesters? Some people will get offended if you ask that question. What? I may like the opposite sex, but that don't mean I'm a child molester.
Kids, right.
I don't fuck no kids. So is it fair to say that most homosexuals will engage in some child molestation behavior? I'm going to tell you this, bro. Listen. Most homosexuals, they make it a thing with trying to turn straight people gay. Most gay bitches, right, it's considered a notch in their belt if they can get a straight woman to turn to a lesbian. Most gay men, they consider it a notch on their belt if they can get a guy who's outwardly straight to cross over to be gay, right? The younger you are, the more susceptible to being tricked by these sexual demons becomes. The greater the likelihood for you to turn a motherfucker out because they're inexperienced, they're young. They don't know better. Most homosexuals are also sexual demons to the point where they will touch kids. They will touch kids. The priests in the Catholic Church, they demons, right?
Right.
They raped, they're gay, but they're also pedophiles. I'm telling you, most sissies, they will rape kids. The same thought process that's in your mind tells you to suck a nigga dick. It's the same process that's telling you touch babies. I'm telling you, Mafy, sissies, child molesters, hand in hand. Think about it. The Catholic priests, they ain't rape grown men. They rape and molest the altar boys, kids, and pedophiles. They sissies. You don't hear about no girls in the Catholic Church getting raped, do you? No, they don't want no parts of no girl.
Sure don't.
They sissies because they're attracted to boys. And they pedophiles because they raping underage, they molesting underage people who can't give consent even if they want to do it. Sissies and pedophiles. They're in the same group. I'm not saying that all sissies will do that, but if you asking me to, hey, I'm gay, but I won't suck a 16-year-old boy dick, bro, the urge to be a demon is in them. You think a sissy, a famous sissy who wants to suck some dick, oh, he's 16, I ain't gonna suck his dick because he's 16. No, they're gonna suck his dick and try to groom him into being more of what they want. They try to make people gay. Gay people's agenda is to make the whole world gay.
Damn.
That's their agenda. They want the whole world to be gay. Look at Hollywood. When you come to Hollywood, if you want to rise to the highest levels of stardom, they're trying to get in your ass.
Man, that's horrible, man.
Them niggas is demons.
Deal, man.
If Diddy, you want to be a star? Let me get in that ass. They using power and influence and fame, and they know that people want to be famous. So people are trading their manhood.
Now, as crazy as that sound, that's actually happening in real life.
Right.
That's what's even crazy about it.
Yeah. And what's crazy is that it's happening, and that the people who are stars, people who are considered to be leaders, know it's happening and not saying nothing. And that's why I'm heavy on New York. New York motherfuckers know that Africa Bambaataa has been molesting teenage boys for 40 years. You ain't heard not one rapper, no Jay-Z, no Nas, no Cool G Rap, no KRS-One, no Queen Latifah. You ain't heard nobody come out and say, hey, this nigga Bambaataa raping kids to this day. Diddy was a sexual demon. You ain't hear none of those rappers coming out blowing the whistle on him. When they saw that Diddy was aiming at all these YK Osiris, all these old young motherfuckers, right? They know that he was targeting young, impressionable people. They knew that.
What's the dude that played on Empire? The Buddy too.
Yeah, I don't know the nigga name. You know, I don't be trying to commit them niggas' names in memory because them niggas some suspect ass niggas. But they know that. Or the Orlando Brown nigga, I know what his name. Orlando, what's his name is?
I think that's what we talking about. I think his name Breed. I know they gonna say it.
No, the Empire nigga's one nigga.
Okay.
But the other motherfucker,
Orlando Brown. Yeah.
Or is it Orlando Brown?
Orlando Brown.
He'll be getting interviewed and shit, right?
Yeah, he be wilding in the interviews.
Listen, B2K. Marcus Houston was fucking all them. Omarion all them niggas was getting fucked. All of them was getting fucked. They all have come out and said that these niggas was fucking on us. The Chris nigga.
Chris Stokes.
Chris Stokes was fucking all them. Nobody said nothing. And everybody knew that Chris Stokes was a fucking predator, bro. So for you to have a boy band of adolescents, or teenage boys who wanted to be famous, who wanted money, they knew that Chris Stokes, where Chris Stokes at right now?
I'm not really sure. California somewhere. I know he's doing movies for Tubi and stuff.
Is he locked up?
No, he's definitely free.
Hey, listen, bro. People, you can't say that because it might be telling. If you a sexual predator, bro, if you raping kids, you raping women, that's not no regular crime. That crime is not motivated by poverty, and it's not influenced by anger. Like we in the hood, if I shoot, we get mad. We don't know how we have unbridled, unchecked anger due to being in poverty. If we get into some shit about some money, that's about money. Sex crimes, they're not motivated by poverty. They're not motivated by anger and frustration. They're motivated because motherfuckers who rape and molest people are vampires, bro. Yes. They're werewolves. Because they say, this is what they say. They say 75% of boys who get molested or raped in their preteen adolescence, 75% of them, they grow up and go on to become sexual abusers of other people. So when you rape and molest a young person, you are putting a desire in their heart and their mind that's transforming them into a monster because they then become predators their motherfucking self. So that's not no normal shit. If I rob you, I mean you gonna grow up to be no goddamn robber.
Right.
If I put some dope on you to sell, I mean you gonna grow up and keep on selling dope. They gonna keep doing it. That's why it's a sex offender registry list. Because you gotta keep tracking them bitches. I'm saying that homosexuals are pedophiles too. That's what I'm saying. All this shit about, I'll suck a dick, but I won't. Yes, you will, bitch. Yes, you will. Homosexuals try to take over the whole goddamn world. The Bible tell you that. Once that homosexual trait gets started in the community, it corrupts every aspect of the community. That's why God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Because they had left the natural use of women and turned their lustful desires towards men. And with women too. You can't have a successful society full of motherfucking sissies running the show. You can't.
Damn. Man, look here, man. So you talked about Chris Stokes and B2K a little earlier, but they also had a buddy that was kind of like in that little circle too. That's Ray J. Ray J been in the news.
Cold sissy.
He been in the news talking about how he's about to die though, man. Like, what do you think's going on with Ray J, bro?
Ray J can't die fast enough for me because he ain't serving no usable purpose to the culture. I can't wait for your bitch ass to die. Which camera we in, right? Ray J, what you waiting on? What you waiting on? You've been doing your best to come out and tell the motherfucker that you gay anyway. You ain't serving no. We just need Brandy.
No, not Ray J, man.
We just need Brandy. The only Norwood that we need is Brandy. We don't need this nigga. He hang with Whack 100. He created Gagency. You didn't know that these niggas are putting new words in urban culture. Gagency? Did you know about that before Ray J said it?
Actually, I went to Ray J's house with Benzino one time. He was talking about doing that show back then. So I'm biased because I kind of
Gagency?
He was talking about doing it then, doing a show called Mangina. He was just full of ideas like, yo, I should do a show. But it's like a couple tranny shows
Mafy,
and stuff like that.
Listen.
Shout out to Ray J, man.
What right thinking man? So you in Hollywood, you have access to all that. And your thought process is to...
Bless.
I done had to sneeze about that shit. You hear me? I'm allergic to whole shit. I'm allergic to fuckery. So that's why I had to sneeze. You telling me that you in Hollywood and you're around people who have access to money and power, they can green light whatever idea you come up with. And you telling me the best thing you could think of is some shit like that. Do you see 50 Cent using his power and influence to come out with shit like that, bro? Ray J is a young version of Tyler Perry. That's it. That's all. The world would be a better place without Ray J and Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry cold, sis. Cold.
Hey, Ray J had once said that his sister Brandy was paying his bills. With her being like R&B royalty like that, do you think she's embarrassed of her brother?
She's absolutely embarrassed him. He's an embarrassment. Bro, Ray J is beyond an embarrassment to the Norwood family. Ray J is an embarrassment to black culture. He is collapsing right in front of our eyes. At every step, he's collapsing right in front of our eyes, man. We're looking at a lost soul in operation right now. Ray J need to go ahead and with sad, do something. Ray J need to do the motherfucker with Whitney Houston. Go in the bathtub and sink in that bitch and drown yourself.
Now look, that was my very next question. That's crazy, man. What do you think his real relationship was like with Whitney Houston back then?
He was fucking her.
Damn.
He was fucking Whitney.
Young as hell.
If R. Kelly fucking young girls, you don't think old bitches are attracted to young niggas? Don't forget Ray J young, popping around, young teeny bopping ass nigga. Yeah, he fucking her. Whitney was a cold freak. Whitney was not the quiet girl. Right? Oh, Bobby Brown turned her to no, he did not. Whitney was snorting, she may not have been smoking crack, but Whitney was snorting cocaine and popping pills by the boatloads prior to even meeting Bobby. That whole public persona they put out there about her, that was not the real Whitney. That's not the real Whitney. Whitney Houston was a cold dope fiend long before Bobby Brown ever got with her. See, what happened with Bobby Brown is that he had access to more money than he ever had. So he was already a dope fiend ass nigga. So of course he gonna rush to his own demise. But if you think about it, man, listen, the dope fiend motherfuckers are always the ones who survive everybody else. You hear me?
Yeah.
Man, a dope fiend lived to be 90. You work out every goddamn day, you gonna drop dead next week. Knock on wood. What's the wood there?
God forbid.
You drop dead. Listen, a dope fiend lived to be 99. Yep. A nigga I'm a vegan, I'm a pescatarian, I'm a work out for that. Nigga be dead next month. You hear me? Nigga might boil out. You might well eat pork chop and fuck white hoes.
I look back when Ray J was messing with Whitney Houston. You think Ray J and Bobby Brown ever got into it over there back then?
Probably so.
Bump heads a couple times?
Probably so. They was competing for that money. It wasn't about Whitney. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about Whitney. It was about the access to that money and that power. Probably so. We're going to hear about that story one day.
Man, with Ray and Diddy being so cool back then, man, you think they was more than homies, man?
Diddy fucking on Ray J.
Oh, man.
Yes, he was. You know he was. I can look in your face and tell you know.
No,
yes,
man.
he can. He fucking that boy. So when Ray J was supposedly telling Lil Rod's story, that's your story too, Ray J. So listen. So you telling me that Diddy tried everybody, but he wouldn't have tried Ray J? What is it about Ray J?
Tried and going is two different things, bro.
Ray J is desperate for stardom and fame. You just said that you was at his house when he floating ideas about transgender shows. Is that what the black community need? I mean, we don't need no more faggery. New York already supplied the whole world with enough sissy shit to last. We don't need no more of that. New York imported sissy shit to Atlanta. Atlanta wasn't no sissy city, bro. Atlanta was the home of the freak neat. Think about it. Go back to the 80s. I want to tell you, when Atlanta became a gay city, it happened. Think about history, bro. When the executives from the music business from New York started migrating south and landed in the city of Atlanta, Atlanta was known for the freak nicks. Atlanta was known for bad bitches with big asses, peaches, strip clubs. Atlanta wasn't known as no gay mecca. Atlanta became gay because motherfuckers with power and influence moved down here and started engaging and started turning motherfuckers out. You want to be famous? I got something for you. Put this dick in your mouth. Put this dick in your mouth, and I'm gonna give you a rap deal.
Damn. Dirty game.
Why you think what the nigga on Outkast? What's his name is?
Andre 3000.
Why you think Andre went crazy?
No, Andre a player, man.
Andre 3000 was a normal motherfucker till he got with Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
Right? Andre 3000 was gonna be he was a target. Andre 3000 is a megastar. He was a target. Erykah Badu got with him and showed him. She opened up his eyes and showed him what he was in. That's why he went crazy.
What you mean what he was in?
He was everything in Atlanta was sissy shit at that point in time. Okay. When Erykah Badu from Texas. Erykah Badu with her eclectic self, right? Erykah Badu showed him, wait a minute, you got faggery around you. Open your ass. Look at this. And Drake couldn't believe. I mean, what's the name?
Andre 3000.
Three Stacks.
Yeah.
3 Stacks. She opened 3 Stacks' eyes, and when his eyes opened, just imagine you having some type of vision that allow you to see souls. It'll fuck you up because you're seeing souls all around. Erykah Badu put that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in his mind and opened his mind up. Once his mind got opened up, he started having nervous breakdowns. You see, he just went crazy. New York niggas brought gay shit to Atlanta. Period. I talked to Star. Even Ray Daniels. Ray Daniels said, I couldn't even believe this is a topic of conversation because everybody know that. New York turned Atlanta into the gay mecca. Period. They brought that gay shit from New York. The Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island. They brought it down here, Harlem, to Atlanta.
Speaking of New Yorkers, man, I want to elaborate on something that you talked about one time, but I didn't go into it. I said, when I catch you this time, I'm going to go into it. Wendy Williams is living under a court-ordered guardianship due to, like, permanent cognitive impairment.
Right.
Last time you alluded that some foul play happened with Wendy. Man, what you think happened with Wendy, bro?
They poisoned her. The same way Puffing them and his whole merry band of sexual demon-ass niggas, all them Epstein-ass niggas, they poisoned Wendy Williams to shut her up. The same way they poisoned, what's his baby mama, Kim Porter?
Kim Porter, yeah.
Poisoned her. Al B. Shore poisoned him. Everybody who was openly critical of Puffy, look at them now. They dead. The only one who was able to get away was Shine, and that's because he got deported. Think about it. Puffy is a demon. That nigga's a gangster sissy. Homo thug came from New York, right? The term? right? The new term is gangster sissy. Puffy ain't lost a battle.
Man, how does this thing happen, man? How are they going up to these people and making them sick and giving them sickness and stuff like that? Is someone walking up to them with a syringe?
No, it's biological warfare, bro. Listen, bro. If you are worth $400-500 million, right? You are in bed and in cahoots with the Epsteins of the world. Epstein is in bed and cahoots with multi-billionaires. He's in cahoots with the Rothschilds, the descendants of the Rothschilds. He's in cahoots with the Bill Gates. He's in cahoots with Lucian Grange. He's in cahoots with motherfuckers who got more money than some. They have more money than some countries do. Think about it. Bill Gates has more money than 90% of the countries on the earth.
That's crazy.
Right? They have access to biological shit. They have access to, because you can put cancer in a syringe. You can put AIDS in a syringe. You can put herpes in a syringe. And you can feed it to them through their food. They get high. Think about it. What was niggas going on? They was high and passing out, right?
Yeah.
Right? Your ass wasn't the only thing hurting. But your ass was the thing that was hurting the most. So when you woke up, your ass just bleeding and shit coming out of it, right? But you ain't even paying attention. A motherfucker that hit you with that shot. You worry about your ass because your ass is tender.
Right.
But when you ain't paying attention, because you do dope fiend anyway. Y'all shooting dope, snorting dope. Know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck going on. So he able to slip them motherfucking diseases.
Do you think she'll ever bounce back, or you think it's just all downhill?
Oh, she done. She stick a fork in her.
It's a wrap.
She can stick Wendy Williams, with all due respect to her family, she's done. She's in a permanent decline. I expect to hear Wendy Williams is dead at any point in time. Ray J go right with her.
No. Man, look, we just tapped into studs, man. I went to your page, man. I see they got like a stud podcast with all the studs. They on there wild.
Shout out to them studs.
I'm clicked on it. I'm like, hey, this is interesting. So
it's disgustingly interesting.
It is.
Right? See, you hear them bitches?
Hey, what's your thoughts?
Can we call studs bitches or no?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, okay. Did you hear them bitches?
That's fair. Yeah.
This bitch is crazy.
What's your thoughts on the stud community, man, and their thought process?
Hey, listen, it was eye-opening to me. And listen, the women who say, okay, a stud is, see some bitches who go to studs, bitches who go gay, they act like studs are better versions of niggas because they sensitive, they get a manly nature about them, but they're women, and so they have a more feminine response. They're tapped into you. No, them stud bitches is worse than niggas. Did you hear them? Oh, when you swap your dick? What? What the fuck? Crazy. What are you talking about?
Sucking the strap on, and I'm like, man, this is.
Oh, when you get a new strap on? When a bitch make me? You ever stick your foot up a bitch ass and shit come on your finger?
Yeah, I saw that one with the thumb and the asses. They wild, man. They really deep down here in Atlanta, man.
Listen.
What do you think about men that are attracted to studs, man? Is that kind of gay, man?
It ain't kind of gay. It ain't
I got a couple partners, man, that specifically like stud girl. I'm like, damn, bro,
really?
You like a bitch with a fade? Dressed like us?
They're your friends, so I'm gonna watch my tongue right here because I fuck with you.
Nah, you
them niggas there.
Yeah.
Them niggas there. Them niggas is on the edge. If they
no.
Yes, they are, because you are attracted to a woman who looks like a man, who's trying to mimic the outward appearance of a man.
Look at Kodak Black. He was flirting with what's her name? Young M.A. Certain men like that type of vibe. Like that's just, I don't know.
Kodak Black would sell his ass for the right price. And you know it, I know it, and God know it. There's 3 motherfuckers that know it. Kodak Black, would you be surprised if Kodak Black got caught with Saucy Santana? No. You wouldn't be surprised because of how he carry himself. Kodak Black he's a demon. He's a gremlin by his own admission. You hear me?
Man, look, if a stud stole on you after you hit
I'm beating that bitch ass.
Would you turn the other cheek?
I just told you I'm beating that bitch ass. See, I hit bitches. See, I ain't one of them kind of niggas who tell bitches I don't hit bitches to try to get, so I would never hit a woman. No, I beat your ass, bitch. I'm going to tell you 1 or 2 times, watch your motherfucking mouth. And then when you keep that shit going, you know what you got coming because I done told you about your mouth, bitch. So if a stud want to be a man, right? So listen, I've said this a million times. As a woman, there's a way for you to express your displeasure or anger or frustration with something that a man has done or said or not done or said, right? There's a way for you as a woman to express your displeasure or frustration with a man without stepping into the role that men traditionally operate with men when there's a conflict on the floor. Women nowadays, black women especially, are some of the most disrespectful creatures on the faces of the earth. And the reason why is because niggas are bitches and they ain't no niggas is bitches. So a bitch will walk up to you right now, who you don't even know, and call you a bitch ass nigga. Do something in the club. Do something in the club. A bitch will call you a bitch ass nigga like that. Quick, right? With no regard for the fact that you're a man and that you can hurt her, right? That's because they don't fear us no more. They know that because the women know what we don't know. The women know, they lose respect for black men because they know that black men are compromised. So there is no genuine respect for us across the board. That's the major disconnect between black men and black women right now. There's no respect because black men are not operating in a respectful manner. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying when it comes to the dynamic between black men and black women, it is the black man's fault for allowing that to exist and go unchecked. We can bring in racism. We can bring in how the white man purposely destabilized the black community and exalted the black women more than the black man, right? And made it to where the black women didn't need the black men, so that demasculated the black men and put them in a I don't need you type situation. It's all our fault, bro. We can't blame nobody else for the condition that we in except us. We can blame other people, but we first have to take a look at ourselves and what role we played into our own demise or our own predicaments.
Well, you know, I read a study that said men who date younger women are often much happier. What are your thoughts on age gap relationships?
Well, traditionally, black people in this country, in the world over, right? So, I mean, I can take a quote from Kevin Samuels, right? So, the men are supposed to be, so this is all twisted now, because women look at men who are attracted to multiple women as if they're whoremongers and they are narcissists and they are just whatever. But it's in a man's nature to be attracted to more than one woman. We are dominant. We are hunters. We are big game hunters, right? And so we live in a country that doesn't prescribe to polygamy, right? And that's why white and black and other people who are raised in this culture see polygamy or see a man having multiple women in such a bad light.
They frown on it, yeah.
They frown on it, right? But you have where we come from as a people, from an ancestry point of view, right? It's the natural phenomenon of birth is that more women are born than there are men. So in Atlanta, I looked at the study last week. In Atlanta, between the ages of 18 and 44, there's 24 women to every one man. So it's 24 women to every one man. And then out of that one man in Atlanta, about 1/3 of that one human being is gay. So that takes us up because listen, if you got 24 women to every one man, and then half of that man is a sissy. So now we got 50 women to every one straight heterosexual man. There's not enough men to go around for every woman to have a man, no matter what the age group is. But between the ages of 18 and 44, in the city of Atlanta, I'm going to say that there is 40 women to every one straight man. I'm going to throw that out there.
That's a lot of women.
What are they supposed to do? You know that you would, don't be a nigga of substance of means. You're going to have women jump out the fucking airplane trying to get at you. You hear me? Mm-hmm. Women know they sharing niggas.
Would you rather have your woman need you, or would you rather for her to be 100% independent?
I would rather for my woman to be. I would rather for my woman to have the capability to do for self. So listen, all this pay 100% of the bills, that's not even Black American. In Black America, black men and black women have had to work together to build foundations for their family. Because we already at a disadvantage because of racism, systemic racism. Mm-hmm. We already at a disadvantage, right? Our earning power is less because of that, right? So black families have always, at least in modern times, there was a time where the black man went out to work, and then the stabilization process started to happen, right? And the whole role started to reverse. But I grew up in the 70s and 80s, bro. My mama worked, my daddy worked. There was no issue. My mama did not frown or look down on my daddy because she worked. Their whole thing is we can get more faster if we work together, right? And we don't have to work. You don't have to work yourself to the bone. I understand, hey, leave your woman in the house so she can take care of your kids, right? Let her be a stay-at-home mom if you can, right? But that's not the reality for most black people. We live in poverty, bro. Right. We're trying to raise ourselves up from poverty. And that can happen faster if we both work together to get ourselves out of that and put ourselves into this.
That makes a lot of sense, man. Hey, remember online when they was showing Finesse 2 Time versus Bone, man? I ain't really like that, man. Only because it's the legends, right? Do you think that the younger generation are losing respect for our legends?
The legends are not being legends. The legends are not acting legendary. The legends are, in a lot of respects, they're failed. They not age well. They didn't take whatever fame and money and power and segue into a proper afterlife in terms of their careers. So a lot of these motherfucking old head niggas are speaking out of turn and chiming in on shit without no relationship. Whenever you say something about a motherfucker they don't know you, they're gonna respond because they feel attacked. And then don't forget, most black men are hyper emotional because they was raised by their
mama.
Their mama. Yeah. So they got the characteristics of their mama. They weren't raised around no men, right? And the men they were raised around is some gay sissy acting New York acting ass niggas. So therefore, when you say something about a motherfucker, he's gonna respond and react out of emotion. So as an OG, as a legend, if you're not acting legendary, then fuck you. That's how I look at it, right? If you had something to say, if you had an opinion about anything, you probably could have got in contact with him because of your legendary
status, yeah.
Right. So if you got something to say about these niggas, stay off the internet, niggas. This ain't your game. You gonna get hold.
The young niggas gonna tear your ass.
They gonna tear your ass up because you don't understand YouTube. You don't understand. You think Instagram is just about putting pictures up. No. You should shut the fuck up. And man, listen, man, when you get that old, shut the fuck up, man, your own business. You ain't no podcaster, you ain't no YouTuber. You just speaking those niggas out loud.
What's your thoughts when Finesse went through that situation with his mama online, man? You think he should have been stayed private, or what's your thoughts on that?
Finesse mama is just like Blueface mama. Finesse mama has said more negative shit about him since he's been out of prison, since he's been a star. She said more negative shit about him than anybody, except for maybe my man Hustle Cartel, because Hustle Cartel been his ass. Outside of Hustle Cartel, Finesse mama is like his number one hater, and his brother is a total bitch ass nigga. He's surrounded by a mama who doesn't have knowledge of self, who lacks perspective, who lacks any real truth about herself. So all you see is her lashing out, and that's why you see him lashing out, because he was raised by his
mama.
That's why you see him acting like a bitch ass nigga like that, because his mama, Finesse 2 Times is a male version of his mama. So when it comes to, listen, when you get to the point now, well, your family members are more disrespectful, and they will expose you faster than anybody else. So if a family member get out of pocket out of line, right, you got to get their ass together too.
Man, that's crazy, bro. So look, Gunna just been doing this thing, bro.
Yes, he has.
He been quietly doing this thing.
Salute
He ain't even bother nobody. That's what I like about it. And I gotta say, I did his first interview. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud about it. And I've always rooted for him from afar.
Right.
If you're a Gunna, do you eventually sit down and have a conversation with Thug, or do you say fuck the whole friendship?
Too late. Because now I know, if I didn't know what I know now about the leaked jail phone calls about how you was plotting my demise, we can never be friends again. And then when you couple that with the fact that I've come home and I'm successful, you come home and your career flopped, and everybody around you career is flopping. 21 Savage flop, right? Baby, super flop, super exposed. Anytime you got academics telling him I'll beat your ass,
ooh,
you can't do shit to act. You already, according to your man, you already sent your man to try to get that act. That whole thing was a calamity. There's no way that personal assistant of Baby came out and said that shit about academics without Baby telling him go ahead and do it. Trying to embarrass act. He did, but see, here again, these rappers are underestimating the power and influence of the YouTubers.
And the media, man. I always tell
The
people,
YouTubers are media.
nobody bigger than the media.
Nobody, don't forget, how you gonna defend yourself? Rappers don't even like to talk.
Can't talk.
They only like that they can't talk. When you say can't talk, you mean that they can't. You mean that they can't talk literally.
Right.
These niggas are dumber than a box of rocks. So now what? Now what?
Do you think Thug and Savage is jealous of Gunna?
Absolutely. I think they are. I don't think so much as Savage, because Savage, whether his project is a success or not, Savage is one of the smartest men in hip hop, and he's been that way. Savage owns his masters, so he has more control over his destiny. And even if his album doesn't do what people think it's going to do, he's still going to make the most money off of it because he doesn't have one of those 360 secret backdoor deals. He controls his own destiny. So he can drop another album back to back. You know what I'm saying? He can learn a lesson from this shit being a bullshit ass album and come right back and drop another one. There's no label that can tell him don't do it because he controls his own destiny. So I don't think Savage is jealous of him. His album flop. This is embarrassing. Yeah. But all of Atlanta is taking the hit. Nothing coming out of Atlanta is going to be successful because of the way Atlanta has played it. Atlanta needs to be taught a lesson. It needs to be humbled because it's way too motherfucking arrogant. And it was so arrogant that they started changing the rules and making them their own rules. And that's why they're going to suffer. And they should suffer. Because you've been hiding the fact that niggas was rats. You've been hiding the fact. First of all, Atlanta got some straightening to do. All the rats in the YSL case, they all free. They all running around Atlanta right now, doing podcasts, hosting parties, going to Walmart, going bowling. Y'all calling Gunna a rat for a plea agreement, but the niggas who ratted on y'all 1,000% without he a rat, these niggas is free and walking around this bitch, and you don't hear 21 Savage, Baby, or Gunna saying, or Thug saying nothing about them rat ass niggas. Nothing. Listen, Gunna, go on about your business. Lucci, you bet not try to do music with them niggas and save them niggas. Y'all made peace. It's a kumbaya moment. Now, Lucci, lead them bitch. Don't forget the niggas tried to kill you. Lead them niggas to suffer. Gunna, lead. Why would you ever try to go back? You doing straight. You doing well.
Change his body, everything, man.
He getting his mind together. Yep. Right? Gunna, don't you go back and save them bitch ass niggas. And Big Bank Black, when you doing these interviews with motherfuckers, you better start keeping it real, or I'm on your ass, Black. You better start squeezing these niggas and stop that soft pelling ass interview style you got going on. When you know a nigga ain't right, and Black already said, man, I don't really want to call a spade because I don't want to have to get into it with niggas. So I understand. But Black, you are negligent in your responsibility because you are a YouTuber now.
You referring to Big Bank?
Yes.
Okay.
That whole bank perspective with bank ass shit and that other shit called Big Fat Podcast.
Yeah, Big Facts.
Baby J got more courage than Bank got. Baby J got more courage. She a more of a straight shooter when it comes to asking questions.
You think he do nice ass interviews?
Listen, because he a gangster. So therefore he already knows that when you say certain shit or ask certain questions, you're gonna trigger a motherfucker. And why would I get in the beef with you when I invite you on my show? And this show makes me money. So I'm not if I squeeze you on the show, then other people are going to be reluctant to come on my show. So I'm going to interview you. I'm not going to necessarily press you. So I get it. But Black, you're really throwing your credibility down the toilet by soft peddling these interviews and not calling these niggas out.
Well, a lot of these people are his friends. So maybe he's just kind of like walking on eggshells a little bit.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something, right? Hey, Big Bank Black. You landed in interviews because they are your friends. Because they know who you are. Right? He's a legend. We might take nothing from him. But Black, I want you to know that you're sacrificing some of your outward, you're a real nigga, but you're sacrificing some of your outward credibility trying to save these Atlanta niggas. Let these niggas sink and swim on their own. You can't save these niggas. There's nothing you can do to save these niggas from what they got coming. God got a hand to come down on these niggas. He gonna strike these niggas downers.
Man, Don Lemon, man, was arrested and charged with multiple counts related to interrupting religious freedoms at a place of worship weeks after covering the protest.
Mm-hmm.
He did it inside like a church of an immigrant, what is it, like ICE?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the pastor is also a member of ICE.
What's your thoughts on his arrest and why he was arrested?
You keep fucking with the white man, they got something for you. That's my thoughts. You keep on fucking. So this is a message for everybody, all niggas in America. Leave them honkies alone, right? If you want to protest something, black man, protest all the gang activity going on in your community. Protest things that have an impact and directly affect what's going on in the communities y'all live in. Leave the Mexicans alone. Leave them immigrants alone. Black people, we don't run to the police. We run away from the police. Unless the police is trying to really get us together. Leave them crackers alone. Don Lemon's a sissy. So therefore, he ain't got the right frame of mind, stay no way. Don Lemon think, listen, a man who will put another nigga dick in his mouth, do you think that man got a proper thought process? No. No, I would never trust no nigga who sucked no other nigga dick with nothing. You can't do nothing for me. I don't want you washing my car. I don't want you ironing my clothes. None of that. None of that. Let me ask you a question. If your child's mother had an openly homosexual friend, a transgender, and you know he's transgender, and she said, well, your son said, well, I'm gonna be a little late before you get back. So I'm gonna let Roberto, I'm gonna let Susan watch baby Mafy for a half hour till you get off work. And her friend is a straight up transgender with a beard, dressed like a woman. You cool with that?
Me personally, I wouldn't be comfortable with it.
I wouldn't be comfortable with it neither. So that makes you a what? You a homophobe, Mafy. You a homophobe because you are saying that child at 3 years old that he can't properly deduce that this man with a beard that dressed with some high heels on and got some fake titties
we're
in
just
play.
talking about my comfort level with my child with someone who I don't know.
No, you know him. That's your girlfriend. That's their friends. No, you know him. This been your baby mama friend for 20 years. When y'all got together, that was her friend right then there. You been knowing 20 years. I answer for you. I will beat your ass if I come home and see that motherfucker punk babysitting my son. I will beat your ass.
You know when that happened with Don Lemon, man, why you think out of all people Busta Rhymes came to advocate for him, man? Did you see when Busta Rhymes was
Why you trying to make me?
Out of all people, Busta Rhymes came to his rescue though, bro.
How ironic was that?
About the blue.
The New York's biggest, most burly...
Did you see the interview I'm talking about?
Yes, I saw it. He had a little blue suit on. And y'all seen that? I seen that sick, demented piece of Busta Rhymes. Did you see his son doing a little zesty, the little modeling thing he was doing?
No.
His son did a little modeling thing. And he did the runway, and he did the little swoop, little zesty drill. You hear me? Busta Rhymes coming to Don Lemon's defense. That's like... that is typical. That's expected. Who expected anything less than that?
I was like, no, Busta, no. I saw that.
And listen, the last thing Busta needed was to show up in public with Don Lemon. That's like Big Meech showing up in public with White Boy Rick. That shit is just as stupid as that is.
Hey, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up, but I can't leave without talking about Nicki Minaj got that gold card, man. Explain to people what that gold card is. Is that something to stay in the country so you don't get deported? And why was that a big deal? Why was it all over online?
Nicki Minaj is a cokehead, dope fiend bitch. And she's spiraling out of control. Nicki Minaj is the ultimate exemplification of black woman. I don't give a fuck what your other... She's black. She is the ultimate example of a cokehead, pillhead woman who has money and power, or who's disenchanted with the fact that people are not accepting of her overall thing. She is spiraling out of control, And she's open to be influenced and be swayed because Cardi B tore her motherfucking ass up.
You think Nicki should just accept that she's like, one of the best female rappers and just fall back? And
She
just
doesn't.
stay at the line.
This is just a prime example of people not knowing how to gracefully bow out. Nicki Minaj is an example of she still has a career, right? Yeah. But listen, her brother is a pedophile. Her husband is a pedophile. So is it shocking or surprising that the two closest people to her are basically some Diddy ass niggas? She can't get no good information from nobody. She can't get no good advice from nobody. They both fucking sissy child molesters. The people closest to her are sexual predators.
You think she fucking with Trump to try to get help with them, with their cases and situations?
Probably so. She placating that. Like Boosie did. Why Boosie ain't go to jail. Boosie made that video for his sentencing like, man, I'm going to call him Donald Trump to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't never said nothing bad about you, Trump. I love you. I'm going to campaign for you. What you want me to do? Of course. Of course there's an ulterior motive to that. Nothing else makes sense.
She lost a lot of followers too, man, when she first popped out with Trump that one time. I think like 5 million people just said.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, there are good things about Trump and there are bad things about Trump. Like, for example, when he came out the other day, he said, when he spoke about transgenders and men identifying as women, and he came out and he said that the government and no aspect of government will ever acknowledge a man as a woman. That's some shit that we can all agree. Men should not be able to compete directly against women in sports. I'm sneezing when the fuck comes, the fuck shit come up. So I disagree with 90% of the shit that Trump says, but that 10% makes sense. It makes sense. So of course she's trying to curry favor with him, of course. And Nicki Minaj, she's just frustrated, angry. She's not winning the battles that she normally wins. No, normally Nicki wins them battles, bro. Even in war of words on social media, she normally comes out as the victor. But she's not winning this. Because there's so much flawed shit going on with herself personally and with her child, being in the condition her child is in. There's so much shit going on with that to where she's frustrated.
Nicki?
Nicki's son.
What's wrong with her son? You talking about Rashawn Rock?
Nicki's son the same way.
No.
Yeah. That little motherfucker. That motherfucker is couple of times when she's short of a picnic basket.
Oh, damn. I ain't really looking into it, man.
Yeah, nigga, on that dope, and was pregnant. On that dope, that motherfucker come out slobbing and shit.
Speaking of kids like that, man, with NLE Chopper, he beefing with Blueface, man. Recently, he was talking about Blueface and them kids, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
You think that's too far, man?
No, I don't.
He said the kids slow and all type of stuff, bro.
And what did he lie? Keep your kids and keep your shit out of the public eye if you don't want a nigga to talk about it. Because Blueface will talk about a nigga real fast.
Yeah.
Listen, man, motherfuckers calling foul ball who themselves would say shit and reach low like that. Blueface is a piece of shit. His mama's a piece of shit. They all low blow. If you listen, we going at it. Like right now, you get to a back and forth on social media. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I'm already ready for you to go low. I'm already ready.
Can't wait for me to go low.
I can't, because if you do it, I'm going with you. I'm going under you. Even once you set it off, it's on. You hear me? That's where we're living in now.
Man, Dawgface, man, we got another one, dog. I just really appreciate you always coming in for me, man, and
it's my pleasure.
Knowledge and game, man, and giving your perspective on current events, man. Because for some reason, people really love you. You got a cult follower, man. My DMs be going crazy asking about Dolph. I'm like, y'all got to slow down, man. That's
well, it don't overpopulate the page for me, man. But I appreciate everybody who supports me. Thank you for the people that support me. For the people who don't, I'm sorry. Hopefully, you'll get it one day. It is what it is, but the YouTube streets needs a breath of fresh air. Now, I appreciate the Mafy channel for giving me the opportunity to really get off.
Appreciate you, bro.
Pause. Yeah,
Pause.
No Diddy.
No
Diddy.
Hey, go ahead and shout out your platforms, everything you got working, man. How people can find you and other projects that you're working on currently, bro.
Oh shit, I'm working on the gang and shit with the Mafy channel.
Oh yeah, can we tell them about that? Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm gonna show the artwork right here. We got a brand new show that we're doing with Dawgface. It's called
Hostile
Environment. My bad. It's called Hostile Environment. It's gonna be like one of the first debate shows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With Dawgface being so opinionated, and you know what I'm saying, and pop it how he pop it, we're gonna get him. He's gonna debate with other highly intelligent guests like himself.
Right.
Can we tell who we've been talking to?
Yeah.
We've been talking to Charleston White as a potential first guest on the new show. I want y'all to be on the lookout for it. It's gonna be on the Mafy channel. It's gonna be really, really big, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited working with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. I appreciate the opportunity. Hey, listen, I'm Dawgface. I'm the most dangerous voice in Detroit, whether you niggas like it or not. Dawgface TV, DAWGFACE, Dawgface TV podcast on Instagram. The most dangerous voice in Detroit on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who was supporting me. If you're rocking with me, and listen, I'm not gonna let y'all down. There's so much positive shit on the horizon. There's so much big shit on the horizon. A motherfucker can stop me if they wanted to. Ask Mafy, he'll tell you.
Man, he going crazy. He doing everything I thought he was gonna do, man. It's a big deal, man. It's exciting watching you from afar, man. Keep going crazy on it, though.
Salute.
And let's do it, man. Hey, man, you have been tuned into the Mafy channel, man. Make sure, man, y'all holla at your boy.